Picture yourself laying in bed and hitting that snooze button as soon as your alarm goes off. Well, that's me. And I'm here to tell you that because for a student to get up in the morning and learn at between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning, it's too much. We need an extra hour of sleep. Schools need to start later. It helps the daily function of our bodies. We need sleep. Well, I'm here to explain to you why we need that. So let's get into it. First, I'm going to tell you guys why starting later will help our academic performance. Second, I will explain how gaining the extra hour of sleep will help our mind and bodies function better. And lastly, I'm going to explain how the safety of student drivers will be greatly impacted. So, first, I believe getting an extra hour of sleep has many positive effects to the body. According to Scott E. Carell, Tenny Mahan, and James E. West in their scholarly journal titled A's from Z's, the casual effect of school start time on the academic achievement of adolescents. Many research has found that students are sleep deprived due to the early start times. All three authors did a study on different sleep patterns. Many students are not getting the correct amount of sleep, nor going through the correct stages of sleep. The study showed that starting school later can help improve students' academic achievements greatly. According to the CDC in their article titled, Schools Start Too Early. Not getting enough sleep during the school week is very common in many students. It is recommended for students between the ages 13 and 18 years of age to receive at least 8 to 10 hours each night of sleep. Many teens who don't receive the recommended hours of sleep may see increases in weight, depression, may start smoking or drinking, and most importantly, they won't perform well in school. Now that I told you about why starting school later can have an impact on our academic performance, let me tell you why gaining an extra hour of sleep can have an impact on our minds and bodies' function. Gaining an extra hour of sleep will help the daily function of students in the class. According to Valentine Alfonsi, Scarina Scarpelli, Aurora Diotari, Guillermo Stella, and Luigi Guarnaro in their scholarly journal titled Later School Start Time, the Impact of Sleep on the Academic Performance and Health in Adolescent Population. Sleep plays a big role in our mental and physical health. Getting the correct amount of sleep helps the daily function of the body. Many students have trouble falling asleep, and with that comes very late nights. That means students need the extra hour to catch up on the sleep they lost. Some factors to students failing to fall asleep are to late night phone usage or TV or after school activities such as sports that may not get home till late, or most commonly just lots of homework or studying. According to Paul Kelly, Stephen Lockheed, or Jonathan Kelly, and Mariah Evans in their scholarly journal titled Is 8:30 Still Too Early to Start School at 10 a.m. School start time improves health performance in students aged 13 to 16. Most high school students' internal clocks are incompatible with starting early. A study was taken in 2 Minnesota school districts with later school start times shown to benefit teens, mostly high schoolers. The study primarily focused on high schoolers because of the extensive sleepiness just in the teens in high school. The study changed their start time to 9:40 a.m., but only really high school benefited. They didn't really see much change in middle school or elementary. With this, better academic performance was shown. Now that I told you about why students' minds and bodies are impacted greatly by the extra hour of sleep, let me tell you about why our student drivers would be impacted as well with an extra hour of sleep. An extra hour of sleep will increase the safety of our student drivers. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration in the article titled School Start Times and Teen Driver Crashes, starting later could help reduce the chance of crash rates. 1 hour of sleep to help prevent crashes between student drivers. Most studies show that many young adults involved in crashes are due to drowsiness. And also, males are at more of a risk to fall asleep at the wheel than women. A school in North Carolina did a study on student drivers. They changed their start time to be later by 75 minutes. The results showed decreases in crashes in the morning and also an overall decrease by 14%. According to the Academy of Sleep Medicine in their article titled, Teens with Early School Start Times Have Higher Crash Rates. that stated that insignificant sleep in teens is very common. There are nearly 328,000 crashes caused by drowsiness each year, mostly in teens. Parents need to make sure their kids are getting the correct amount of sleep each night. The ASM says parents and school should work together to implement those start times. So first, I explained why starting later would help improve academic performance. Second, I explained why students' minds and bodies would be improved by gaining the extra hour of sleep. And lastly, I talked about why the safety of student drivers would be impacted. Now just imagine, with an extra hour of sleep, what that could do for your child, or just like me as a student. Think back to when I first asked you. If waking up impacted a way a student learned, do you think it impacts a student? Starting later and gaining an extra hour of sleep is one thing I believe as a student needs to happen, because not only will it improve the performance of students, but our minds will be ready to learn and our drivers will be safer. First visual I have for you guys is just the start times, different colors. Purple represents before 7:30, blue is 7:30 to 7:59, green is 8 to 8:29, red is 8:30 to 8:59, and orange is 9 or later. I fall under the blue, 7:30. And these are some just suggested bedtimes for high school students or middle school students. And I fall under the 9:15 p.m. because I'm 17 and I usually wake up at 6:15. So thank you guys, and I hope you guys like my speech.